Uber as a company doesn't own a single car and yet is the largest transportation company in the world. Airbnb doesn't own even a single hotel. Tesla is a car company that was created in the last 15 years. Businesses keep evolving. As things happen around you, there are newer and newer opportunities, and great leaders are able to identify those opportunities, are able to adapt to those, and are able to go and create product. Take ownership. Make sure you go 2 steps ahead of whatever is being done in the classrooms. If you keep doing that continuously, I think that will translate to your professional career as well, and then you'll finally succeed.
Uber had gone through a lot of ups and downs. I mean, I'm sure if you've heard the Uber story, some of you may have seen super pumped regulatory issues, team issues, boardroom issues. And despite of the fact that how many other times something made Uber fall down, it just bounced back even faster and became what it has become today. And that's actually going to happen to each one of us in individual lives also. That just be ready for times that you're going to fall down. And over the next 12 to 18 months, you will have those moments, doubting yourself, I'm on the right track, is this what I want to pursue? Everyone else has got it figured out, I haven't got this figured out. Am I the one falling behind? It's all okay. You will figure it out, and as long as you have this mentality of being a champion, you will rise back up again and figure out what to do next.
What I'll do is just to get everybody started, and just so that you don't doze off, I'll do a quick quiz. I'll ask a few questions. Think of them as general knowledge questions, but then I'll get to the point with those questions as well. My question number 1. Which company in the world is the largest automobile company? Ford?
Largest by value?
By valuation, yeah. Tesla. Okay. Tesla is the largest by valuation. Which company is the largest hospitality company in the world? Hospitality.
The world?
In the world, yeah. Taj, ITC, okay. Marriott, okay. Marriott is close second, by the way. Hilton, no. The largest. It aspires to be, not there yet. The largest hospitality company in the world is Airbnb by valuation. Like actually more than double the second player, which is Marriott. And this is a question which is close to close to Bhavik. Which is the largest? Okay, you already know the answer. All right. Okay. Cool. Now, where am I going with this? If you see all of these companies, be it Airbnb doesn't own even a single hotel. Tesla is a car company that was created in the last 15 years. Whereas the oldest company, which is Ford, has existed for more than, 120 years. And I mean, it's not like the car industry was due for disruption. I mean, Tesla came and created a market. Very similarly, Uber as a company doesn't own a single car, and yet is the largest transportation company in the world. What it means is that businesses keep evolving. As things happen around you, there are newer and newer opportunities, and great leaders are able to identify those opportunities, are able to adapt to those, and are able to go and create products. One common misconception is that if you're running a tech company, then you have to be a techie. But the CEO of Google, Eric Schmidt, was not a techie. He was just a good business leader. Somebody who is able to apply first principles to understand and then translate that to business. I think that is what all of you are going to do in this program as well. The purpose of an institution is to help you explore, experiment, and understand where your strengths are, understand where your weaknesses are. The one thing which will define whether you succeed or not is how much do you experiment, how much do you explore, how much are you tied to the curriculum versus how much are you willing to explore outside of the curriculum. I think that's the key driver for success. Take ownership. Make sure you go 2 steps ahead of whatever is being done in the classrooms. If you keep doing that continuously, I think that will translate to your professional career as well, and then you'll finally succeed. With that, I wish you all the best. You'll see me multiple times, by the way, over the course of the next 1.5 years. So I'm all here, but all the best, and can't be happier to see all of you here as a group. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. All excited? Anyone nervous? Yeah. First time in Bangalore for how many of you? Raise your hands. Okay, all right, quite a few of you. Well, actually, quite a few of you are from Bangalore also, which is great. First impressions of the city? Yeah? Okay, all right. Weather's really nice. All right, we'll speak again after a year and a half, all right? When we talk about the traffic also. No, really excited. I think we started talking about Scalar School of Business almost about a year ago. We started working on this, of course, about 6 months ago, and then I think we've been in touch with all of you over the past few months. It's really surreal that after all of that, actually coming together out here and having this room full of students that we're just eagerly anticipating welcoming you as well. But more importantly, you're going to have a year and a half that you're going to spend on this campus with all of us and your instructors and your professors and your mentors and the Scalar team. So make the most out of it. When we were trying to put this program together, there were a lot of kind of fundamental principles that we were following, right? For us, I think what was really important is to make sure that the program is structured in such a way that we generate future business leaders. So one of the things we did was we spoke to a lot of leaders across multiple companies, startups, bigger companies, took advice from them to understand how the business landscape is changing dramatically. I think Anshuman spoke about it a little bit earlier, but you just think about what computers did to the business, then what the internet era did to the business, then what mobile phones did to the business, and now what artificial intelligence is doing to business as well. And that change had to be rapidly incorporated in the curriculum. And which is why we see the curriculum as well, and the way we are set up allows us to be very agile with changing the curriculum as and when there are changes in the business industry as well, right? To ensure that we impart what is relevant for the future and not what's happened in the past. Number two was what was really important, and I think I'll talk about my experience when I did my MBA back in 2006. My biggest learnings did not always come in the classroom. Actually, a lot of it happened outside the classroom. It happened with my peers. Many of you out here, in fact, majority of you out here are, have worked somewhere at least. I think the average work experience among all of you is about 2.8 years. Many of you have already worked somewhere. You guys have worked in some industry already, which means you can learn from each other probably a lot more sometimes than what you can learn from a classroom. I learned a lot more from my conversations with industry leaders, getting in CXOs, speaking to them, reaching out to them, even having a 30-minute conversation with them or just hearing them out at a fireside chat. You end up taking so much more than sometimes a class can teach you. And then focusing a lot more on projects that you work on, right? Focusing a lot more on just ideations and things you can experiment and what you can apply, what you learn in the classroom to outside the classroom is where your learning actually accelerates a lot more as well. So through the next 1.5 years, the program is structured in many ways, encouraging you to do that, but also forcing you to do that. Your outclass activities are as much important and given that much weightage as well, as much as in-class is given to. The time I graduated from engineering to doing my MBA, I worked for a couple of years in between, and then my experience post that as well. I think one thing I've always learned about business is that you got to keep evolving yourself. What you've learned in the past may not be always applicable to what the business demands at that point of time. And then how do you kind of think forward? But equally important were the core fundamentals. Ultimately, finance is finance, right? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. That will never change. The golden rules of marketing never change, right? Ultimately, you have to compute what the return on investment is going to be, how much your ad spend is going to be, and how much you're going to get back out of it. Your art of selling has not changed over many years. The way you sell, the mode of selling has changed. You use phones more, you use your WhatsApp more. Earlier, you used to maybe make phone calls or do door-to-door visits. So your format has changed, but the core fundamentals haven't changed, which is why also we look at the program structure, the way it's designed, is designed to ensure that first the core fundamentals of your business skills are developed in the first 6 months alone, right? That should not be compromised because that, no matter what business changes or how it evolves, that's not going to change. But what we layer on top is then talking about how business has evolved and what are the aspects that you need to be equipped with to allow you to keep pace with this changing environment as well. Okay, with that, let's get to know a little bit on each other as well. Most of you know each other already? Raise your hand if you at least have one friend already made in the classroom. One person out there doesn't have any friend yet. You just got in, okay, all right. So you've already connected, spoken, had breakfast together, maybe had some interactions already. All right, so let's take a look at what this cohort is made up of, and we'll get to know each other a little bit more as well. So you have about 2.8 years of work experience within this cohort. In fact, I think between all of y'all have actually worked in more than 100 plus companies in this group of 56 right? Some obviously have worked in multiple companies, changed careers, etc. But you guys have all worked in more than 100 plus companies in this group of 56. Across 30 plus industries also. So there's from marketing, from event planning to sales roles, to technical roles, to product roles. There's a whole mix among all of you. All of you also come from 15 different undergraduate streams. You would assume that most of you have done the usual BTech, BCom, BBA, which is what probably we hear as you grow up. But actually between all of you, there are 15 different UG streams. And you'll come from 25 plus different cities. Functional expertise wise, you'll probably see that 29% of you belong to product and engineering. I think it's about 20% more towards engineering, about 10% towards product in that breakup. We have among you more than 4 founders already who've either started a company. 14% of you come from marketing, 11% from finance, 16% from data and operations, and then about 30% between consulting and business development and sales as well. So a very kind of good mix of cohort that I'm very, very happy about, which allows you to also learn from each other a lot more as well. Professionally, these are all the logos you guys represent. So, most of you have worked in these companies out here, including a company I worked at as well, which is great. But we got folks from Amazon, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, S&P Global, Lufthansa, Uber, which is great. Again, these guys have worked in big companies, startups as well, and then that allows you to, again, exchange learnings and talk about experiences coming from there. But let's get to know your core a little bit more in a different way, in a more fun way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip slides, and if you identify yourself with that slide, just stand up, and then you can sit down again. All right? Okay, all right. So let's play a small game. Okay, you guys can see the slides, by the way? Yeah? Okay. All right, stand up if you have background in engineering or technology. All right. You guys can sit down again. Business and accounting. Okay. All right. Sales or marketing. All right. Slightly underrepresented compared to the others. All right. If you're from North India. Oh, decent mix. Okay. I know there's a lot of confusion sometimes what's West India, North India, and all that, but we'll get there. West India? Maharashtra, Gujarat? MP. Just South India? Whoa. Okay. All right. Do we have anyone from East India? So everyone knows Sagnik now. No one will forget him. If you're a musician, you play any musical instruments. All right, so if you have jamming nights, catch those two. All right, great. If you want to start up your own startup one day. Wow, look at this room full of founders. Anshuman, Abhimanyu, hope you're taking notes. They all want to be founders, so we've got amazing founders out there you can learn a lot from. They've been running this company for almost a decade now, and it's not easy scaling a company from there to making it almost worth more than 5,000 crores that scalers were today. So you have a lot to learn from them. Of course, we'll have a lot more startup founders coming here that you'll also get inspired by and learn from as well. All right, you can have a seat. Okay, and now I guess you get to know a little bit of your peer group, right? Don't forget Sagnik from East India. Don't forget those two who play musical instruments, and they're part of your jamming nights. Okay, let's talk about who a student at Scaler is, right? So when we talk about what we want students at Scaler to be, a student at Scaler needs to be someone who can think beyond what's already existing out there, who can think beyond what's the obvious. I'll just briefly talk about the program structure. It's 18 months. First 6 months, we focus on the core fundamentals of the business. The next 6 months, you have electives. You can start going deeper into areas that you want to specialize into, whether it's finance, marketing, operations, strategy, a few more streams that I may have missed out, but you kind of go deeper into those. You come back, and then you have about 3 months of internship. Of course, if you want to go back and build your own startup, if you want to go back and join your family business during those 3 months, those are all options. We highly encourage all of you, though, to take the internship and apply for internships simply because of the fact that it allows you to get more exposure working in different companies and learning from them as well. You then have the option to come back and also immerse yourself further into a specific industry that you want to jump into further, right? Whether it's fintech, whether it's edtech, whether it's health tech, whether it's manufacturing, any industry that you feel you want to go deeper into, we help you immerse into that industry by pairing you up with your peers, by also inviting startups or different companies that you can take projects from as well that allow you to get started. And of course, then you are moving on to taking up either full-time jobs, becoming founders, going back to joining your family businesses, or anything else that you aspire to do after the program. During these 18 months, you're also going to be welcomed by, there's a team which is, I think now almost about 700 people strong that works behind the scenes at this company that is also working to make all of you successful as well. Of course, they support multiple programs. We have Scalar Academy, which is our online upskilling program for working professionals. We have Scalar Data Science and Machine Learning. We have Scalar School of Technology. And now, of course, we have Scalar School of Business as well. So we have a very, very large team, and they're all here to make sure that you're supported. You are the founding cohort, right? All of you have taken a bet on Scalar School of Business. And we at Scalar School of Business have also taken a bet on you. So that combined together, we're going to be successful. We are laying our foundation. And this institution is built with the philosophy that's going to outlive all of us, right? It's going to be there for the multiple decades in the future and beyond our own time as well. Now, when you think from that perspective, the start becomes really important because that sets the foundation of what's going to be beyond as well. In fact, not just us alone, right? We have instructors. I think some of the videos you guys have already seen on the YouTube, on your WhatsApp, right? Outstanding instructors. We've reached out to a lot of them, handpicked the ones that we really thought would add tremendous value to many of you. Many of them have worked in industries before. Many of them have delivered lectures at the top MBA colleges across the country already and continue doing so while also working in some of the biggest companies in the country as well. You have your program managers, you have Adhiraj, you have Shan, you have Saurabh, you have many others on the campus who will keep guiding you, helping you, and ensuring that you're on track. The good thing also when you keep the class size to the number that it is, we're able to track each one of you individually as well to see your progress, and we can assist you. And if you feel anyone's falling behind or needs extra support, we can also provide that extra support to each one of you as well. We have the entire Scalar team I spoke about. Many of you have been interactive with all of them already. Behind the scenes for the last many months, they've been working on making sure the first cohort comes in, sets the foundation, and then we take it from there. And then you have mentors, right? Call them mentors, call them super mentors, call them industry experts, but we have a lot of CXOs, founders, and many others who keep visiting our campus. I mean, among the list of people who've already been here, just in the last 12 months, and I'm sure I'm going to miss out a lot because there have been a lot already, but you have everyone from Rajan Anandan. Heard of Rajan Anandan? Right? He was here on campus, spent almost about 4 hours on the campus with the students. He met students of Scalar School of Technology, interacted with all of us as well. Just day before yesterday, we had Ankit Goyal. He's the VP at Paytm, directly works with Vijay Shekhar Sharma, leads the entire government and corporate affairs for the company, and also Paytm Foundation, which is the CSR initiative for them. He was here on campus. We had Ajay Gore. He was the CTO of the largest tech company in Southeast Asia, Gojek, if you heard of Gojek. He was here on campus as well. We have Bhavin Turakia. He's a billionaire himself, self-made billionaire, has started 3 companies. All 3 have become extremely large: Zeta, Titan, Radix. All of you have heard of Zeta Pay? Yeah, and then Titan, many of you may have heard of Radix as well. The founder of that, he was here. In fact, deeply invested in mentoring us and guiding us also as we build this program. So he keeps kind of spending time with the team as well to guide us in what we can do better in this university. Again, we spoke about Varun Mohan, who was here, who was the founder of Codium, and many. There was the co-founder of Dukaan. Dukaan is the competitor to Shopify, right, from India, doing exceedingly well. Scaled globally now, got customers all over the country and all over the world. I've been way over time, and I know Adhiraj is already giving me looks from the side. I can see it without seeing there, but I know he's been looking at me and he's like, okay, Bhavik, get done. I'm just going to play one video. I think there's this one video I play often. I saw this video for the first time when Travis Kalanick played this at one of the Uber events that we had. We had this amazing celebration after we hit what we call 10 raised to 10, which basically meant that we actually hit a $10 billion run rate as a company globally. And at that point of time, Travis had this entire offsite that he organized for the entire team. And he started the entire presentation with this one video, which I think has just stuck in many ways, constantly telling me about what it takes to be a champion, right? And how being a champion means you're going to go through a lot of ups and downs, And it's all about how you rise back up and fight back again, right? So I'll play this 2-minute video, watch it patiently, and then after that, we'll move on to the next step. Yeah? And the reason he played this video at that point of time, Travis, of course, is the co-founder of Uber, and he ran Uber for the longest time until 2019. And the reason he played this video is because Uber had gone through a lot of ups and downs. I mean, I'm sure if you've heard the Uber story, some of you may haven't seen Super Pumped if you have the show as well. But Uber had gone through a lot of ups and downs of its own, right? Regulatory issues, team issues, boardroom issues. We had issues with different departments. We had taxi unions, auto unions. And despite of the fact that how many other times something made Uber fall down, it just bounced back even faster and ran even faster and became what it has become today. And that's actually going to happen to each one of us in individual lives also, right? Which is why this video is kind of, in many ways, representing that just be ready for times that you're going to fall down. And over the next 12 to 18 months, you will have those moments, doubting yourself, I'm on the right track, is this what I want to pursue, do I want to change track again? Everyone else has got it figured out, I haven't got this figured out, am I the one falling behind? It's all okay. You will figure it out, and as long as you have this mentality of being a champion, you will rise back up again and figure out what to do next. All right, with that, Abhiraj, back to you.